us to leave? Yes? That sounded like a yes.
I thought I heard yes.
Do you want me to unlock the door? What? I thought that said fear.
Told you. So told you it was a poltergeist.
No, 100% it's a poltergeist. So, okay. Oh my God. So when I was done with this thing, I walked over, you could see it. I set this thing on the side, I set this here, right?
Right. That's a lot of kicking.
That will not move.
No.
We came over, this thing had fallen down.
Into the chamber pot? Oops.
That was my glasses.
Like
And
it
it
did
was in
fall
there.
in this?
Yes.
Something pushed it off then.
Something just pushed this through the hole of the bed. An orb came from the right side of the screen, right to me, and stopped in front of my face. And then it shifted its gears and left the bottom of the screen. It was slow, methodical. It went boom, stayed right here for a couple of seconds, and then went. Whew. Is that weird to you?
Is this the face of someone who thinks that that's normal? I have a really bad feeling.
I'll ask you the same question I always ask you. These were new batteries.
You always charge them.
Shouldn't have drained. They shouldn't have drained that fast.
No.
And that literally just went poof, like this.
Boom.
It didn't drain.
It just turned off.
Yeah.
Which is not normal.
No, this camera now does no good because it.
What was that? I did ask to drain whatever equipment we had. Did you just try and drain our... No, not try. Did you just drain our battery? Was that you, Hope?
Watch right there. A dark figure, or at least a dark shadow goes by. See that?
Oh my God. Holy crap. All right, so nice, fun-filled, quiet 2 nights at the Cossitt House and the church. Nothing happened for me. Anything for you?
Nothing happened for you?
No, a lot happened.
Jeez.
A lot happened. One of them happened to you.
Yes.
The rare occurrence.
The rare occurrence when something actually happens to me, which is, this would be only the second or third time that I've called up somebody, and not just teasing them calling up, but called up somebody to go, I think you should come and have a look at this. Dylan and, so the quick little setup is we were at the Cossitt House, and it was just myself, Dylan, and Noah. Noah was on sound. Paul had left a couple minutes previous to this. And so Dylan was starting a new segment. He had gone into the kitchen area, and he was starting to work and use the ghost box. And I think it was the first time in the evening that you had pulled out the ghost box. So he was getting a few responses, and I was just kind of paying attention to what was going on with that and keeping an eye on the monitors for the other different areas in case anything popped up or anything like that. So I'm there watching the monitors, and he's getting a little bit of answers back on the ghost box to him. So now I'm starting to pay attention. And when we go back and watch the footage, you'll be able to see me, because usually when I do something or hear something that catches my attention, I'm kind of a visual person when I look up, like I'm trying to imagine it in my head. But when I hear audio, I have a tendency to look down. Oftentimes, I'll even grab the headphones or one side of the headphones and try to listen more closely if I'm trying to hear exactly what's going on over it. So I can hear everything on the audio that Dylan's doing that's happening on the ghost box. They're in the other room around the corner. And so you'll see me on the footage kind of go down like this. I've heard something now on the ghost box, and I'm not paying attention as much to the monitors. And we have the window that's outside of the Cossitt House, the main street there, is off to my side. So why don't we just roll the footage and you can watch my kind of reaction. And so if you can go back to maybe 10:51:30, I think was kind of where it all sort of started. Like here, I'm just normal watching the monitors. So we'll just watch it through and then we can talk about it. So here I am, and they're doing the ghost box session in the other room at this point. So you'll see, that's me hearing something. See, I look down. Now I'm going like, all right, something's going on. So what has happened, I saw out of the corner of my eye something through the window. I saw something out of the corner of my eye out on the street. There were no sounds, like a car or a person or anything like that. Dylan is still continuing on with his session in there. I haven't interrupted him or done anything like that. From looking out the window there, I can see probably a good 50 to 75 feet down the street and even further down the other direction. There is nothing moving out there. Still as a night. Still as nothing has been moving by. So I think to myself, well, that was interesting. I think I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Was it just maybe the curtains move or anything like that? So I think to myself at this point, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to check what I saw to see if I can see if anything moved over to my right-hand side that would have caught my attention over to this side.
You can clearly see that something passes. I would love to see it again because, I mean, I saw what I don't think from your angle, you saw it at a different angle. I'm looking through, I'm looking at the view of the camera.
I'm sitting there and I've got the window here to my side.
Right.
And the gap that I have in the window between the two drapes right here is kind of straight out that way. So you can even see it, like I'm on almost an angle. I would see it down the street a little bit if something catches my eye because I'm looking at it as an kind of a 45-degree angle out there. Whereas through here, you've got it going as if it was further down the street to the right. I'm seeing it further down the street to the left when it catches my eye. So that if you start looking at it, it would be something that goes like that. So that's where I first move.
Yeah, there's something.
And there goes.
Oh my
And
God.
I get up like right away and look down that street going, somebody walked by.
Yeah.
As I said to Dylan, because what happens about 3 or 4 minutes later, Dylan finishes up his ghost box session, or there's that little bit of a pause break in what he's doing. And as I have done a couple times during the show over the seasons, I say, hey, Dylan, I think you and Noah should come in here and have a look at something.
Which is always good news. When a Kimball calls you over the radio and says, hey, can you come here? It's most likely bad news.
Like it has form and it moves. It looks like a person walking on the street. But as you said, you looked out and there was nothing there.
And if it was a person, I use, and I'm a track and field fan, I said to Dylan, I said, if it was a person walking on the street, they're faster than Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Because it was gone. It just goes by so fast.
I mean,
The speed of it
does,
is
but when you watch it...
But there's a form to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You can see that it is definitely behind this, whatever this object is here, as in it is on the other side of the glass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out. That's the way I perceived it. I perceived it too as that it was outside. Something was moving by outside.
It fully blocks out the house behind it as it walks by, so it's completely opaque there as it goes through. It's got substance to it.
Look at you see this? I don't know if you can see it on this end. Right there's like a little white splotch.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can kind of see. It like moves out of the way when it goes by.
Or it crosses in front of it.
But it moves up. You see what I mean?
It's like it. Oh my God.
And again, it's, for my sake, there's only been a few instances and occurrences where I've had those personal experiences right around me. I mean, you go back to when we were at Seaside Community and all that electrical gear was happening and turning off and powering up and things like that. But otherwise, for the most part, it's been listening to your folks' story and seeing a few odd things from time to time and hearing a few odd things from time to time. But most of the things in and around me have been experienced by other people, not things that I have perceived or seen myself. So,
Yeah. No, this is unbelievable.
So what is it?
I thought it was like a shadow of and my first thought was even that there was the discussion of seeing the dark shadow in the house the previous night.
Yep.
Talking about shadows even down, some people were relaying me stories of shadows or shapes down in the church. Mm-hmm. And so to me, it was almost like one of these things, or the thing that was in the Cossitt House was now going down, or at least across the street, but maybe even going down to the church.
Or he was going down into the basement of the Cossitt House.
Is there an outdoors? Is there an out? Like an
Pretty
entrance
sure
outside?
the shadow forces of the great beyond don't need a door. Although you never know.
Well, the thing is too is that when we were doing the ghost box session at one point I was standing inside of the birthing room there. The thing did say leave. Do you want me to open the door for you? All right, I'm gonna leave the room.
Leave, it said. Leave, it said. There were only a couple moments that were very distinctive.
Yep.
That you reacted to, that Noah reacted to, and one of them, and it was the same thing, I heard the word leave, and I'm pretty sure I'd say with 95% certainty that this is the 30 seconds afterwards, that this is what's happening.
Yep.
That this was the timing of it.
Be interesting to see what it was that you guys were saying.
Maybe something came up from the church, and Miss Cossitt was like, "You're not welcome here. Leave."
Well, we had a number of times where we felt we were experiencing or interacting with something, and then all of a sudden it would be gone. So again, does that coincide with something at our place and here?
I mean, they are connected. We were talking about this last night. There's
Yeah.
a lot of connection between those two places in major ways, not just, Miss Cossitt knew Captain Butler. There are much more heavy-handed connections between the two, so maybe they go hand in hand.
What if that was one entity saying to another entity, leave?
And that's the entity.
And that's the entity that left the building, possibly even coming up from the basement, which is a different story altogether with the light down the basement, leaves the building and now is going down the street, possibly down to the church.
So I'm going to add to that, because it's curious you say that. The whole story about Captain Butler, the stories that we've heard about Captain Butler when we were down there, was that he helps people in the area. Like, he's not a malevolent spirit, he's not a demon, as far as we know. What if he was curious and he popped up to see what we were doing, but you guys were going through something more troublesome down at the church, and Miss Cossitt and Captain Butler were working together, and that leave wasn't telling us, like, get out of my space, or telling something bad. What if she was saying, you need to leave because they need your help?
Wow. Again, that would be really cool.
Has Holly and Kristen seen Noah's food drop thing?
No.
Oh, well, this is exciting. Kristen and Jim switch places.
Sure.
We'll get Kristen, because Jim's seen this. He was there at the time.
Yeah, good job.
So Noah was eating, He was getting ready. Hey, keep in mind, Noah has been played with this entire investigation so far.
Yeah.
Somebody likes him, whether it's Miss Cossitt or somebody else, I don't know. But watch his little bag of goodies on his lap.
Whoa! And it goes like under his leg.
Oh
Like,
my
it looks like
God.
it's like forced.
So I'll go frame for frame here.
Yeah. It like gets ripped out of his hand.
That's one single frame.
What? You see how it goes like under
Okay,
too?
that is unnatural.
It looks like a magnet.
Look at him. No, I'm so sorry, buddy.
And he's so spooked.
There's sort of two ways to play this too, I just realized. Like, obviously this is unnatural, it goes forward. But are we totally sure, considering that he had a lot of stuff happening with his hand, that somebody just didn't haul his hand away from his food?
The bag?
Because, watch his arm. Like, without thinking, his arm goes, boom, like that. And it takes him a second to realize, oh shit, I just dropped this.
So his reaction is almost the best part of it. It's
Well,
like,
for 2 days, he's
figure it out,
had his
right?
boom pole hauled in different directions. And so that anything can happen here, clearly.
and Dylan just keeps eating. It's like, what's going on over there? Yeah. Better you than me, man.
Now you're smiling. Now you know. Now you know.
And then much.
He's like, yeah.
It's like, play it back, play it back, play it back.
I don't know if you guys knew, but Noah, early in the night when Joyce, the curator, was still there with us, he sat beside me. She was right there too. And as he's sitting there, this was that night, he kept saying, like, something's tugging at my hand. Something is tugging at my hand
my
when he was just
gosh.
holding it there. So it was being whatever was there was being very playful with him even earlier in the
Yeah.
evening when he was sitting in that seat.
There's something moving my hand. My left or right hand? Your left hand? Yeah. We can feel it on me right now. I let all my muscles relax and it's doing that. Oh, wow. Like pulling, tugging, touching? It's like a gentle touch, like a fuzzy feeling over my hand, and then it's being moved. I'm letting my hand completely go relaxed. And it's moving it slightly back and forth. Once in a while, it's tugging it.
I can see your hand moving now. That's not you moving your
No,
hand.
I'm not moving it. It's completely limp. I probably couldn't make that movement if I tried.
Dylan? Yeah? Why don't you come in here? Why? Noah feels something touching him and moving his hand.
Hand is fully limp. But it's moving it.
Like, I can see Noah's hands moving, right? His left hand moving just slightly, just.
Tugging on it.
Let me ask you this, does it feel like somebody might be trying to hold your hand?
It does feel like that a little bit. It's very gentle. It's not like a real person's hand. It's not like a human hand gripping, but it's tugging on my palm, and almost like it's holding it around.
Would it be almost like a small child trying to hold your hand?
Well, earlier up in the room, it felt like something was touching my leg and touching my hip
Yeah.
and pulling at when I had my boom down low. It could hold the boom, that kind of thing, pulling at it, and it felt like something was brushing up against my leg and pushing up against me, and it never got above the waist. It was kind of like, I mean,
Like a
my
small
mind,
child.
my mind jumps to a kid, and
Yeah.
I was afraid at first, but it's.
Oh, we could see you reacting to it, and I was trying to see if anything was like you could see his shirt. We'll have to go back and review that footage. Is it still there?
It seems to still be there, yeah. There it is. I'm moving a little bit.
Well, I mean, there are many accounts in that house of there being small children that hold people's hands, or we heard kids whispering.
We heard kids whispering. That was creepy.
That's
so,
unsettling.
I mean, it's right on par with the activity there. I've just it's never seen that.
Somewhere we probably have footage of Dancing Noah. In fact, I'm sure
you do.
every clip has footage of Dancing Noah somewhere, because he was a whirling dervish of it's got my hand, it's got my leg, it's tugging my pants, it's doing this, that, and he spin around. So who wants to climb down a deep, dark mine shaft in Glace Bay?
I look at monitors and
Oh,
watch
really?
things out of the corner of my eyes.
You don't want to go? Oh, you should probably go then.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that those that don't raise their hands go in.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, no.
You saw mine, I went up.
Kristen's learning. Nice.
Oh, come on, Dylan, it'll be fun.
I'll go with you, buddy, because you know nothing bad ever happens when you and I are in a dark place underground.
Never. No,
Always
it's
goes
always
well.
really swimmingly and smooth, and it's good. You know what we should do? Good idea is us together. We get closer to the devil.
Oh, I thought you were being serious there for a second. Oh. Well, that assumes the devil is underground. I got bad news for you.
We brought him up.
No, the devil's all around us.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Not all around me.
Remember,
No, because you sent it across the hallway. Sorry, what were you saying?
season 4 is not about demons and devils. It's about the people in the spaces. So, buried miners, maybe we can reach the spirits of these poor people that were killed and might be buried down there. You know. Probably not, no.
I've never seen you not believe a word coming out of your mouth like this before.
That's true enough. All right, well, Glace Bay Miners Museum. And then, after that, another place where lots of people are buried, Lewisburg. Plague victims. People killed in battles, all sorts of cool stuff.
Oh, yeah, wait, can we just do an amusement park? Haunted amusement park?
Oh, God, those are creepy. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but at least it's like crazy carnies having fun.
But that opens up like clowns.
Yeah.
Never mind,
Clowns.
yeah.
I don't do
Miners
clowns.
Museum, good idea.
Yeah, fair enough.
Plague victims.
You
Good
want me
idea.
to find a haunted
Nope.
amusement park then? That's what I'm hearing.
No.
Haunted
Okay.
amusement park.
Season 5, Scottish Castle.
Oh, I'm up for that.
That sounds nice.
Are there clowns there?